Alright, take two. I'll just have to change the title later on. Today I'm making kale chips. Got everything set up. Olive oil, cutting board, bowl, and an oven is all you need. Already preset at 350. So now let's go out to the garden and get some. This is going to be straight from farm to table recipe. So the reason why you should eat kale chips or kale in general is very high in vitamin A and vitamin K. Very, very high. In fact, so I've got two different types of kale. I've got this type here, which is back there and here, which is called dinosaur kale. The dinosaur kale because I've got most with salt and olive oil. I've seen some recipes call for like mustard and cayenne. Sorry if you missed any of that. The screen locked. I don't know if you saw that over my phone. I think I'll need just one more leaf. Okay. Let's go get these cut up now. Here's my kale. So the recipe calls for you to destem them, so we'll do that right now. I'll go to the kitchen. Here's my dog. Let's see, where can I put the camera so you can see? Let me turn some lights on. Sorry, not trying to make y'all dizzy. Okay, cool. Maybe that will work. All right. So, actually, first and foremost, we're gonna need to wash these. So let's do that first. Sorry, my selfie stick broke, so I'm like having to find places to balance my phone. So let's give them a good wash because they've been outside, exposed to the elements, exposed to the birds and the squirrels, and I like to give it a little rub down. So the way I've been eating kale recently is just throwing it in a salad with beets and, like you saw some from my garden, Swiss chard, beets, borage, just really anything you can combine, tomatoes. And I like it that way, but my parents, they're kind of the picky eaters, so I'm trying to find new ways to get them involved with eating healthy and just avoiding things like regular potato chips. So maybe if this is a good recipe, they'll opt to grab a bag of these instead of those Ruffles. Okay, let me make sure it's still on. Yep. Okay, cool. And now let's dry them. Sorry. So I'm just gonna wave them around, dry them a bit, because we're gonna have to put them in the oven. So you want to set your oven to 350, and you're only gonna cook them for 8 to 10 minutes. So the recipe calls for. All right. Last one. Now let's bring you guys down here to see the cutting. So we're gonna want to fold them in half like this and just cut it along, I want to say the bone, but no, just along the stem. Remove the stem there. Put that there. Here's a piece of garlic. You'll see a nice little treat in a second. This one here. Cut it down the stem. I'm still going to use these stems. A lot of people just throw them away, but I'll snack on them. I don't like to be too wasteful. And there's still a ton of vitamins and nutrients in them. But for this particular kale chip recipe, you're going to want to remove them just like that. Cool. There. There. And down here. Tasty. Okay. Last two. Very easy. Okay. There. You want a little bit of a bowl of olive oil too, because we're going to want to coat these before we throw them in the oven. I might need a little more than this, so in fact I'm going to get some right now. Okay. That should be enough there. There. Last one. Very, very easy. Like gutting open a fish. Just follow the spine. Alright, so we got that there, and we're just going to want to cut them in kale sized pieces, chip sized pieces. There. I'm going to cut them a little bigger just to maybe account for any shrinkage. There. Alright. Get the bowl. Throw them in there. Get your olive oil. Dump it in there generously. Get your clean wash hands and just mix everything up there. Make sure the olive oil gets on the front side and back side of each kale. Oh, I can already feel that. Wow. And now I'm going to want to get some salt and just throw that on top. Let's see. Don't see any here. Might be on the table. Yep. So I got some salt. Throw it in there. It's on my hands still too. Awesome. Okay. Wash my hands because they're greasy. And you guys are stick around for the taste test as well. So now, here, get the pan. Oop. And just place them down. This is the foul bachelor way, so no parchment paper, no fancy kitchen utensils or tools or ovens. There. Just a man and his garden and some kale. Here, there. You can see they're nice and shiny with the coating of olive oil now. Now, I don't know if you have to flip them over anywhere in the recipe, so we're just going to leave them one side down. There. There. Can maybe cut them a little smaller next time. But like I said, we'll see if they shrink at all. If they shrink, they're going to get real tiny if I cut them too small. There. I think I'm going to want to do one more coat of salt before I throw them in. Just because, you know, people are coming off eating potato chips and Fritos and Lay's and Doritos, like, just what they're used to. This is going to be totally different, so you got to kind of meet them halfway somewhere. And salt is not the worst thing that they're putting in their bodies. So let's do a little more salt. Sorry. Okay, sprinkle it on there. Alright. Oven's preheated to 350 already, so we're going to be putting it in for 8 minutes. So it's, let's say 6:46 right now. So in 8 minutes we'll come back. Well, let's check it on, because it might be 10 minutes. So let's just check up on them. We'll leave the light on. So it's 6:46. We'll come back at around 6:56 and see how they're doing. And now you're probably wondering what that garlic was for, and that garlic is a special treat for my hardcore. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Hold on 1 second, I need to get a charger. Okay, cool. Did I make it? 1%? Made it. Cool. So, as a thank you for my first 30 followers and subscribers, piece of garlic clove. Thanks, guys. Garlic's very antibacterial, very good for the stomach. Ooh. Garlic clove is very, very, very good for your stomach. Any sort of parasites or worms, instantly dead when you eat that stuff. I try to eat it once a day. And maybe not in the morning, because then you have garlic breath. But let me get a portable charger so I can take you guys outside real quick to show you my garden while this cooks. Alright, 6%. Let's take you outside. Oh, not charging. Okay, cool. So why are you guys here? You here because you're a subscriber? You here because you like kale? You here because you like the title? You here because you like dogs? You here because you like gardens? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know what kind of videos you guys like watching. So here's my garden. Here's what we just used. Dinosaur kale. Up here I'll need to start trimming this down a bit. Swiss chard, great for salads. Great to eat raw. A lot of it's bare because I just started it. Like you see these kind of squares. This is called the square foot gardening. I mean, I'm kind of assuming you guys know this. This is the square foot gardening method by Mel Bartholomew, an Amish man. I picked up his book coincidentally from a thrift shop. I just thought it looked interesting. Picked it up for $1 and just very, very interesting, very cool, and got me interested in gardening and edible foods and plants. This plant here is called borage or borage, B-O-R-A-G-E. Every part of this plant is edible, and like these little blue flowers you can eat. They taste like, if you ever eat a cantaloupe or a melon, it tastes like the green part of the melon. Borage. Oh, hands in the way. It's very sweet tasting for how small it is. It packs a big punch. Leaves as well, edible. These are also high in vitamin. You know, not as high as kale, but it's nice to add some variety to your salads and to what you're eating. Very good. This one's pink here. just give you guys a little update on the garden. Here's where I'm kind of like the infirmary, I guess. A lot of cayenne pepper and pekin. Right now I'm going to give those to some family members. Oregano, Malabar spinach. I live in San Antonio, Texas, so it gets really freaking hot. I have to take into account with some of the veggies I'm growing. So here you see tomatoes, radish, turnip, carrots over here. That's a big onion right there. Lettuce section here, and then bean section over here. Lots of little beans. They're maybe 4 weeks old, 5 weeks old. Back here, some cauliflower. And I've just been more interested in eating healthier and taking care of my body more, and I've just had a lot of years of abuse of just eating chips. You know, as a child you don't really know too well, especially when you just watch TV all the time. But since the internet came out and access to more information, and even people like Joe Rogan really inspired me and opened up my eyes to better lifestyles, better eating, more physical activity, and just being in the garden, just, you know, it brings the family outside. We can enjoy our backyard, and it gets us away from the TV, and we spend time with each other, and we're more connected with our food source, so we're more inclined to eat these veggies. And you know, when you get, you know, sometimes my mom will bring home a salad from McDonald's and Burger King or something. Here's salvia, very beautiful. But when you bring home those salads and stuff, you know, we'll eat half of it or something, and it'll just stay in the refrigerator until maybe a week later someone throws it away. Just, you're not too connected with that type of food. And sure, it's good because you're eating a salad, but here's the, it's a little loud there, sorry. But over here I've got the vining crops. So I've got like zucchini, cucumber, squash, another tomato, and then mint, spearmint. It really took off. But here's my vining crops over here. I just used 2 bamboo poles. Every 6 months our city has what's called bulk pickup, so everybody just throws crap away if they don't want bulky items. And my dad and I picked up some of those. And really all the pots we have, all these containers, all this we got for free. I mean, some of it's broken, but you can just tape it back. We got a lot of this stuff for free, just people throwing it out, and you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. We just reuse it. And you know, beets back here. Oh, this is an interesting one here. It's called sorghum. Shout out to Edibles Only Gardening on Facebook. My good friend Christoph, he's the one who hooks me up with so many of these seeds. I met him, I used to work at Home Depot for about a year, and just one day, coincidentally, I was out in the gardening department as a cashier, and he walked in, and we just I actually got more over here I can show you. We struck up a conversation. I got his phone number, and turns out he's an avid gardener too. He's got a farm out in I guess it's called Pearsall, Texas. And here's some more plants over here. There's lavender, another cucumber, cotton. I've got some cotton plants. Echinacea, morning glory, wink wink. Got some morning glory, wink wink, growing. And to get back to my story, I met him, and I didn't make much of it until a couple of months later. I finally hit him up and went out to his ranch, and man, like, he gave me 15 seeds that first time. And he has a program where you can pay either monthly or you can pay yearly. I opted for the yearly option. It's like a membership, $20 for the yearly membership, but he might raise prices one day if the supply goes down and demand goes up. You pay your membership, and then once a month you go see him, or he can mail seeds to you. I like to go visit him to check out his farm and updates and chickens and stuff. So you pay your membership, and he'll send you like a monthly packet of seeds. I go, and he really hooks me up. So Edibles Only Gardening on Facebook, check him out. He lives in Oh, Atascosa, Texas. So that's the proper Facebook profile. If you're interested in gardening or seeds, he does 100% only heirloom, non-GMO, organic seeds. So if that's what you're looking for and you don't want to just buy whatever seeds from Home Depot, hit him up on Facebook. He's a nice guy. He'll help you with anything, man. Just send him a picture of your garden, or he'll come out to your garden if you live in Texas and help you start it out. And it's getting time to go check up on those kale chips. Let's go check them up. So let's see how they look. So it's 56, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think they're perfectly cooked. So let's get a mitt. Get the hot plate ready. I'll use this one. Kind of a jolly man. Open that up here. Close that there. Cool. Oh, you can already hear the crispiness of them. Let me see. Let me poke around at them. Oh my goodness, look at that. They've got the consistency already of a chip. Wow. Look at that, man. I'm gonna take these two to go try. So let's go back out. I think it's only proper that we give the taste test out in the garden. So I'm going to be comparing them to maybe your traditional chips, so let's see. Let's find a nice spot to sit, like back here. Okay, so first time making and eating kale chips. My God. I need to get more. They're addicting. My parents are definitely gonna like this. Really totally changes the taste. Let's get some more. And here's the thing. With these dark green vegetables like kale or spinach, when you cook them, you help break down the cell walls of the plant, which allows your body to get more of the nutrients and vitamins. So it's, a lot of people just automatically assume it's better to eat them raw or just as is. Not necessarily the case all the time. They're very good. My only complaint is that they really break apart in your hand. I took a big bite and a lot of it just crumbled to the ground below me. But very, very, very good. Very high in protein as well. So it almost tastes like sunflower seeds, honestly, but I would give them 10 out of 10, 100%. I would recommend growing your own vegetables if you can. If not, if you're a picky eater, if you know someone who's a picky eater but you want them to start eating better. And I would even try just buying the kale and doing it. Very simple recipe. All you need is oil, salt, oven. Not a lot of time either. And you can probably cook a whole bunch of them and then put them in bags. You got kale chips for the rest of the week. I think I'm going to start doing that right now while I got kale. And that completes the video. Hope anybody tuned in. If not, maybe see you in the VOD. So long. See ya. South Tone.